It was a brilliant week on LFD, so we broke our digest into two parts. And this is Digest Part 2, in which we summarize Peter's fascinating interview with Jack Alton of NeuroID, a software company that measures real-time borrower behavior using sophisticated AI technology out of Whitefish, Montana. Quite a prescient place to establish the HQ of a software company.
For those of you that have been up here, that photo is actually Glacier National Park. That's Bowman Lake. So great place to live. Software doesn't know where it lives, so we chose to headquarter the company here in Whitefish, Montana.
At the high level, what's the profound idea behind NeuroID?
So literally in how we type, tap, and swipe and interact when we're digitally onboarding for a loan or a merchant account, there's a lot of signal in there that has no PII in it, that's very clean, that allows us to better understand the experience that customers are having and also reveals potential fraud as well.
Okay, there are two ideas in there. On-screen behavioral data can provide insight into customer satisfaction, where are they getting stuck during the application process, and more importantly, where are they potentially trying to defraud you? Here's a chart showing real data from sophisticated fraud attacks on a payment facilitation platform.
And this is really literally a depiction of two sophisticated fraud attacks against a merchant acquirer who had all the technology in the world. And you see that they went from a baseline of roughly 1.5% to over 7% of their applicants that were applying for a new merchant account had a fraud score of 5 or below, which meant that their risk was going up on a very large population. You'll see a second spike that occurs at the end of March where they hit nearly 10%, which represents about a 6 to 7 times increase in fraud attempts from their baseline pre the pandemic.
Typically, the chief risk officer brings NeuroID into the organization for obvious reasons. But once inside, the customer experience people look at NeuroID as the source of truth for the questions they're trying to tackle.
Now, some people can tell you today that you're losing these people at a page level and sometimes even at a question level, but really is allowing our customers to optimize their customer experience and minimize their fraud is to go one step further and go into why. And here you'll see a heat map that really shows you which were the questions, what was it, what were the behaviors that we saw that drove a friction score of 64.6.
Drilling down one step further, we can see why, in one case, this user was flagged. And this one doesn't seem to be a UX problem.
And it took them 6 minutes and 7 seconds to complete the Social Security number field. And so that in itself, kind of starts to raise some questions. But then when you go in and you look deeper here on the Social Security number field, you see that they had 9 repeat interactions. That meant that customer started filling out their Social Security field. They left. They came back, started again. They did that 9 different times. They had 59 inline changes, which means as they were entering their 9-digit Social Security number, they hit backspace or delete 59 times.
Wow.
They had 8 pauses. And the last thing that is shocking is that the original 9-digit Social Security number that they entered was changed by 100% magnitude by their final answer. So if you can think about trying to make all of your decisions on historical information or the last answer that is input, you're really missing all this behavior, which any fraud individual would look at this and say, I want to take a closer look here.
Brilliant stuff. Solving real problems with a big sky attitude. Until next time, keep up the hard work and take care.